यदहङ्कारमाश्रित्य न योत्स्य इति मन्यसे मिथ्यैष व्यवसायस्ते प्रकृतिस्त्वां नियोक्ष्यति.
If you decide egoistically, I will not fight, your decision will be in vain, for your nature will compel you. So, first of all, here he is talking about ahankara, ego. This distorted vision of yourself takes you in the wrong direction. And then he says, all this effort of yours will go in vain, mithya. Why? Because your nature will compel you to come back. So, what is this nature? Your nature will force you, swabhava. Prakriti, he says, is the word that he uses here. Prakriti means your nature. Nature means vasanas. We are all born with a certain nature, with a certain mix of vasanas, which have come from the past. So what happens is, when you have a vasana is a distinct inclination, an inherent tendency, a certain leaning towards a particular thing that is called vasana. So when you have vasana, literally means fragrance. So when you have a vasana, let's say for music, this vasana which is dormant in your personality, it starts manifesting as a thought for music. You will be amazed how this starts functioning. You know, there are infants, children with an inclination for music, and you find you play music, they react. A child who does not have a vasana for music, you play music, there is no reaction. That's what it is. This vasana leads to thought for that particular thing, let's say music, and then these thoughts consolidate as a desire for music. And if you perform the action merely because you have a desire for it, desire-driven action, then that action boomerangs back on you as one more vasana added to your system for that particular thing. So that's how you cultivate vasanas. Now you're born with a certain nature, you're born with a certain mix of vasanas. This can be changed with effort. You can change your personality, but for now you are a victim of your vasanas. If you understand that, then you understand that if I am stuck with vasanas for music, I have no choice but to be a musician. If I have a vasana for cricket, I have no choice but to be a cricketer. If I have a vasana for art, I will be an artist. Now, if for some temporary delusion, or because it is inconvenient, or you don't like it for the time being, you choose not to follow your prakriti, not to follow the bulk of your vasanas, which we referred to as swadharma on the first day. He's saying it will be in vain because your nature will compel you. This is something that you and I need to understand. See, what you do is fixed by your vasanas, but where your choice is in how you do it. You can do it with the selfish purpose, driven by mere desire for profit and pleasure. You can dedicate the same vasana, the same action to a higher ideal, then you purify your personality. Or you can offer it to God, saying, oh God, you have given me this prakriti, nature, I offer it back to you. And when you offer a vasana, that is why when you go to the temple and you offer flowers to the deity, there is a certain way of doing it. You don't take a flower and chuck it. Even in cricket, chucking is banned. In temples, definitely it is banned. How do you do it? You pick the flower with your 5 fingers and offer it like this. It's such a delicate, it's such a beautiful way of offering. What it means is vasana, fragrance, flowers. When your five senses and your mind and intellect are pointed downwards, you pick up vasanas. So the vasanas that you already have, you pick them up and you offer them to the Lord like this. So when your personality is pointed upward, it releases vasanas, you purify yourself. In that act of just offering a flower, the deepest philosophy is there. But we don't get it, unfortunately. So that's what it is. Your resolve will be, your decision will be in vain, mithya Arjuna, because you're full of ahankara. Who is he telling? He's not telling Arjuna 5,000 years ago. Krishna is telling every one of us here in Bhaida's auditorium. So what must you do? Set aside your ahankara, set aside your ego, develop that humility and open your heart out to the message of Krishna. And you will be a changed person. 60.